Well, I'm really pleased to be in the Museum of the Jet Age today in Gloucester in the UK, and their fantastic collection, including, of course, a number of Meteor aircraft. This is the F8 variant that was introduced in the 1950s to really improve the Meteor, which by then had started to not be quite the cutting edge it was, of course, when it came out in the end of World War II, being the only jet sort of aircraft for the Allies. It was, a rival to the Me-262, but they never fought in actual combat in World War II. They were placed in different spaces and places. So although it's theoretical possible that the two would have come up next to each other, they didn't. I think the Me-262 was a bit quicker, but the Meteor, of course, by F8 was much improved, and although it had all the ruggedness, the airframes were incredibly strong apparently, and were used, and still are used in some places, for testing of ejector seats. These planes carrying on till the 1970s, in fact 77 I think they went out of use in the UK, but they remained in service, and they did see combat, not from UK, but from other air forces. I think Australia and ground attack variants were very highly sought after. They're a little bit outclassed by the MiG apparently of their day. But the F8 variety had the Rolls-Royce Derwent 8 turbojets, and that was considerable power there, some 3,500 pounds of thrust from those Derwents. So this was genuinely a 600 mile an hour plane at F8 variety, and getting near that magic Mach number, of course. So a fast fighter jet, one of the most innovative planes of its time, certainly the first for the Allies, and very much built on Sir Frank Whittle's incredible concept of the jet engine, the turbojet, which of course did change the world, and it's great that Gloucester has this Museum of the Jet Age where they celebrate the achievements not only of the UK, but also of Gloucester and all the work it did to help aviation, and continues to do, with some great names like Smiths and Doughty still in the area and still doing marvellous engineering. More on that later, but this is looking at this wonderful Gloucester. Probably most famous of all, the Meteor was fast enough to counter the V1 bombs that flew over Kent, and the 616 Squadron managed to knock a few of those out with their Meteors, both with gunfire, but also one plane flying close enough to spiral it down or to tip it even with a wing. Incredible.